So I started collecting coins during the financial crisis of 2008, or at least I started seriously doing it during that time. And I learned that there existed only about 2 or 3 ounces of silver per human on Earth, and that if we just all bought a few ounces of silver, we could collapse the financial system and end the Fed, right? And obviously, 2 or 3 ounces of silver is a good amount for somebody in a third world country, but it's reachable, right? And I learned that everybody doing just a little bit could change everything. So it got me thinking, what if we had that kind of attitude toward other important goals in life, right? So I quit drinking soda when I was 16 years old, and not long after that I started cleaning up my diet in other ways too. You got to understand, when you stop drinking soda and you start feeling clean from it, other things aren't so appetizing anymore. And it was very quick. I think within the space of 1 year to 18 months, all the crap in my diet, I didn't want it anymore. I just felt so healthy. Now it got me thinking, what if everybody ate healthier? What our environment would look like, right? Not just our natural environment, but our social environment as well, right? You could go meet with people to eat healthy. See, one of the things people sometimes tell me, right, that it's their body, their choice, whatever to eat. Now, the problem is when you eat unhealthy, well, first of all, we saw these last 2 years, if you have an unhealthy immune system, you affect everybody else when you go out in public, right? We clearly saw that, right? What a lot of people fail to remember is that you also influence other people to eat like that, right? And it got me thinking that, it's one thing to eat something, it's another to create a culture where you almost have to eat that stuff in order to get by, right? So, for example, at my workplace, every time we have some kind of a social event and I'm not eating, and people have to relentlessly talk about how I won't eat at the event, that creates a lot of friction. And I'll accept it at work because I want to speak up for myself. But it always gets me thinking, what if the idea for the cure for cancer, for the cure for COVID-19, is in the mind of somebody who isn't being accepted at work because of their healthy habits? And that could be it. Because think about the kind of person who's going to find a cure for cancer. Do you think that person's going to be sitting at home drinking soda, binge watching the television and such? That's not the kind of person who's going to want to find a cure for cancer, right? And that's just sad. That not only do we eat whatever we eat, but we exclude people for not doing it, right? Now, it got me thinking, what if everybody loved who they loved without pressure from the outside, right? You got a lot of people who are closeted LGBTQ. You got a lot of people who are closeted solosexuals, and they still get involved in straight relationships just to be accepted for who they are. That's why divorce rates are so high. Can you imagine getting involved with somebody you don't actually love just because society says you should, and you have children with that person? You waste a good fraction of your life with it. Can you imagine if the cure for cancer is in somebody's head, but they're so busy chasing a relationship they don't even love? And got me thinking, what if everybody just loved who they loved? Now, there are some people who are going to say that our population is shrinking and we need people to have children even if they don't love each other. I disagree. I'd rather see us have one good generation and then humans just die out than to have generation after generation of people getting involved with people they don't love, right? Because that's just a waste, right? And finally, what if everybody just accepted everybody for who they are, right? Even if you eat junk food, even if you get involved in an unconventional relationship, what if you just accepted people for who they are, right? Include the people. So for example, on a Friday night, if you go on a multiple date, you can still include your LGBTQ and your solosexual friends. And even if you're eating junk food and somebody goes to your office party and brings healthy foods, you can still include them and not make a scene about it. Can you imagine all the innovation we would have, right? Alright, thanks for watching.